Whether you're an 18-year-old staring down the barrel of a 4-year degree or a 35-year-old trying to go back to college, most of the time freshman year is going to be a waste of time, and that's because it is primarily just a review of things you already learned in high school, and here you are in college paying perfectly good money for it, which is ridiculous. So today, I'm going to show you how to skip it. Typically, you'll take 10 classes your freshman year, and the list will probably look something like this. At the end of this video, I'm going to share another video of the list of the best online colleges to graduate from quickly and inexpensively, and their freshman years typically look something like this too. First up, English 101 and 102, and these are typically going to be introductory, how to write an essay, get a little bit into literature kind of courses, basically teaching students how to write. And the best way to earn these credits is through the College Composition CLEP exam. And what is CLEP? Great question. Basically, it is a test or a collection of 33 different tests, each focused on a different subject, where if you get a high enough score, many, in fact thousands of colleges across the country will give you college credit just because you did a good enough job. For the College Composition CLEP, it's 50 questions of multiple choice style and then 2 essays. And if you score at least a 50 on their weird grading scale that doesn't actually mean that it's 50, but whatever, then you will often get 6 semester hours. And that means you don't have to take English 101 or 102. Next up, we have a class that students typically love to hate, the Welcome to College seminar. And this is basically how to be a college student. If you're an online college student, it'll be how to be an online college student. And a lot of times the things that you learn there are very, very obvious. This course can be 1, 2, or 3 credits, but what a lot of people don't know is that if you transfer in enough credits, many schools will let you just skip this class and just have you take like a couple extra free elective courses. Liberty University Online is my favorite example to use here because they have Univ 104 Instructional Tech for Online Learning for 0 to 3 credits. If you transfer in 30 or more credits, you don't have to take this course and instead just get 3 extra free electives, which are really easy to hack. Of course, some schools will not have policies that let you skip this course. They think this course is like super important or something. Maybe it's just important that you spend money on it. But anyway, if you have to take it, just do a good job and it'll boost your GPA for later. Next up, everybody's favorite course, Communications 101. How would you like to give a speech in front of a bunch of strangers and then get graded for it? How about not? Let's skip it. Sophia is a great option for earning this credit if your school accepts Sophia, even though only about 300 schools in the US publicly state that they do. But they have a public speaking course that you can knock out pretty quickly. And essentially, it's like a third-party, self-paced course where you just go through and do it on your own. You'll have to do 4 milestones or tests, and then 4 touchstones, which will probably be recorded speeches that you send into a grader. If your school is a little bit more uptight, you should check out DSST, which is kind of like CLEP exams, but they are a little bit harder sometimes, but they're also typically more focused on very niche or specialized topics. In this case, there is no CLEP for speech communications, but there is a DSST down here somewhere, right here. And this one is nice because when a school doesn't accept Sophia, there's still a chance that it'll accept DSST, and this course is usually a shoo-in to fill the public speaking requirement. Next up is the History elective, and this one is easy to hack. You just need US History 1, US History 2, Western Civ 1, or Western Civ 2, and all 4 of those are very common knowledge type subjects that you definitely went over in high school. There are US History CLEPs to choose from. There is Western Civ 1 and Western Civ 2, and you can see the cutoff here is about 1648, and for the US History, it's basically the end of the Civil War, somewhere around in Reconstruction. And then there are also Sophia courses for this and other ways to earn this credit as well. The Sophia courses are pretty straightforward, that you do have to write an essay. The CLEP exams are going to be a little bit quicker because there's no essay to write and you just have to answer multiple choice questions. So if you're a history buff, this will be a very easy thing to do. But please don't stress out about this course because at the freshman level, history courses are easy. You're not even really having to think that much. You're just memorizing facts and dates. And now I'm going to strike fear into a lot of people's hearts because it's time to earn a math elective, but it doesn't have to be as scary as you think it's going to be. There are 2 really easy ways to earn math credit to finish out that freshman year so that hopefully, if you're not getting into a math major, you never have to think about this again. Those 2 options are going to be the College Mathematics CLEP exam, and I was an English major, English masters, I really liked English and literature, and yet my highest score on a CLEP exam ever, of which I took about 25, was on college mathematics. This is just like basic intro level college math, and it's not as hard as it sounds. It's only 60 questions. Do not be intimidated by this test. Then there's also an option where you can go and do Foundations of Statistics or Introduction to Statistics with Sophia. Their Introduction to College Mathematics is not going to be hard either. Same with their College Algebra. But if you're more of like a practical person who wants to be able to actually like use some of the math information you learn in this course, Statistics is a really good way to go. And I think Intro to Statistics is going to generally be the more popular and more accepted one. Oh, and look at this. They only have 6 milestones. There's like no projects to work on. This is going to be a great one to choose. Next up, a lot of schools require a science elective, so you get to choose like maybe biology, chemistry, physics, something like that. And the best way to earn this one is through Sophia's Human Biology and Human Biology Lab, because a lot of these schools will ask for that 4th credit, like a lab credit, where you're chopping up frogs or whatever. This is going to be the best way to do it. A lot of times in your freshman year, your school is going to try to get you to take an introduction level class to your major topic. So if you're going to be a business major, they want you to take Intro to Business. If you're going to be like a healthcare major, they want you to take Intro to Healthcare, just to make sure that like you actually like this topic, so that if you hate that course, you still have time to switch your major and still be able to graduate on time. And there are a lot of great ways to get that intro course. So we've got like an introductory psychology course, introduction to educational psychology, introduction to sociology for the CLEP exams. American literature and English literature are good intro courses for like an English major or something like that, and the list goes on. But specifically intro courses, Intro to Business, there's a Sophia course about that that'll be really useful if you're a business major. And then if you look at study.com and we're looking at the equivalencies at Liberty, there are some really good ones in here too. They have an Introduction to Business 101 equivalent course. And let's see what else they have. A lot of business courses for sure, a lot of chem. There are going to be some like Introduction to Networking, Introduction to Operating Systems. This INFT 110, Computer Concepts and Applications, is like an introduction to IT and like computer technology. Criminal Justice should have, Introduction to Criminology, Intro to Criminal Justice. That CJUS 200 is Liberty's Intro Criminal Justice course. So there are going to be a lot of different options, and you have to find it. But typically, you're going to find that on study.com more than on the other two, because study.com has more courses that fit into a major area. A lot of schools require a philosophy course or some kind of like critical thinking course, but typically if they just have a critical thinking requirement, you can put a philosophy course in there. Sophia, hands down, is the easiest, quickest way to earn this. They have an Ancient Greek Philosophers that usually comes in as Philosophy 101, and they have an Introduction to Ethics course that usually comes in as Ethics 101, and then they even have this brand new critical thinking course, which I'm sure will very soon start being able to be transferred into those sections as well. And finally, your school probably is going to require some kind of a humanities elective or a fine arts elective. They want you to have an experience and some sort of knowledge of the arts, the finer things in life. That can be a great time to do art history through Sophia. So we've got right here Art History 1 and Art History 2. As far as CLEP exams go, this is a really great place for analyzing and interpreting literature, which has to be the easiest CLEP exam that ever existed. And the nice thing there is that while the CLEP is really easy, the art histories are really easy too. Like, I've had people tell me that they've only spent like 4 hours a piece on those courses to pass them. So there you go. If you take all of those and your college accepts them and they fit into the major area, if you follow that advice, you've just finished your freshman year of college. You've just skipped your freshman year of college. And if you follow the advice of the types of strategies we talk about in this channel, you did it for probably under $100. Of course, not every college out there is going to accept all of these credits or put them right exactly where you want them to be in your degree plan, so I highly recommend checking out this video about the 5 best online colleges out there. These schools are incredibly flexible, they'll get you graduated quickly and inexpensively, and they're just really great options if you need that bachelor's degree so that you can get on with your life. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and happy hacking.